Us tonight for this Monday night presentation. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Zach LaVine.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. We've got Santi Aldama. He's out there with Bogdanovich. Clark is out there with John Morant. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard. And for Seattle, we've got Thompson. Obi Toppin out there with Portis. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. When your team is looking at a back-to-back, how do you approach the first game of the 2-10?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early. Lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it could also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
Free throw is good by Toppin. No good on the second free throw. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
Portis, the pass to Holiday. In the corner, it's LaVine. Just 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. And the jumper falls for him.
Good touch on the interior. LaVine really crafty at figuring out ways to create space down low.
Pass to Clark. Bogdanovich looking around. There's the triple. Seattle grabs the miss. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
But down the stretch, the fresher team often makes the plays. That's the value of depth.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Seattle. Tonight, it's all about how they deal with the dynamic John Morant. Coach said it's simple. We cannot allow Morant to get downhill. That's it. The hard part is actually executing that game plan. Ja has so many moves, so quick and relentless. We can't lose track of him even for a moment. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. They get a hand on it. LaVine finds Holiday. Toppin sets a screen for Holiday. Over Morant. The shot by Holiday, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Morant. Here's Clark. Good, and the nice assist from Morant.
And I like how Morant threaded the needle there. Just an excellent pass off that pick.
Portis, a screen on Morant. Holiday against Morant. The 9-foot shot. And once again off the mark by Seattle.
Well, that's a good high percentage shot. He just couldn't convert.
Pass to Coward. Clark, a screen on LaVine. Here's Morant. Nice touch on the bank shot.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Seattle. And here's Thompson over Bogdanovich. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
Well, I think you're going to have to try to run Clay off of his shot. He is lethal off the catch.
Clark finds Morant. From the arc. It's rebounded by Portis. Seattle leading by 3. Pass to Thompson, and Holiday has it in the corner. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Here's Coward. A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Now here's Levine. He's coming off a 22-point game against Washington. Morant against Holiday. And then Toppin with the jam.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Morant left side. Pass to Coward. Over Levine. And it's Coward missing.
Trying to do a little too much with that fadeaway. There wasn't anyone near him.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Morant. And it's Seattle with the rebound. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, they didn't play down to the level of their opponent. That's not an easy thing to pull off, but they certainly were focused in this one.
Here's Coward. And another miss by Memphis. Seattle leading by 6. Right, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Here's Holiday. Off target at the rim. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Bogdanovich, no luck. For Seattle, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. The 19-foot shot. Holiday gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Some changes for Seattle. Williams, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Tavian Mitchell subbed in for Drew Holiday. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Jackson's checked in. To the right wing. Pass to Aldama. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the break. Here's Toppin. And then Toppin with the jam.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They're firing on all cylinders, executing the game plan coming in.
And stolen by Williams. Bean passes to Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan, a great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Now here's Morant. 20-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And we need to mention the impact he had on the defensive side as well. He blocked a couple shots and altered others.
Jackson against Thompson. Levine feeling it out a bit. Tries again. Williams can't hit.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Jackson passes to Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
Bangs home the trifecta. Levine's got 7 points.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Pass to Clark. Here's Morant. Covered by Mitchell. Here's Clark. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Levine. 7 points in the game. Tapping a screen on Morant. It's stolen by Aldama. To the inside. Here's Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Seattle leading by 7. Here's Mitchell. Still without a basket. Morant with some nice D. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies winning their last game against the Nets. Fires from 18. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
How about the handles from the young fella? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle. Different look for Seattle. Kyle Filipowski's checked in for Toppin. Zhang comes in for Klay Thompson. And Thomas subbed in for Zach LaVine. Seattle leading by 5. Now here's Thomas. He had 13 points in the win against Washington. Mitchell outside for the 3. They get it again. Filipowski. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
To the middle. Here's Prosper. Seattle grabs the miss.
Well, they did a great job putting a body on him, and they didn't allow him to convert.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. A 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And it's Seattle with the ball. Grizzlies making the shot. Zhang inside. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Spencer. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Pippen can't hit. Seattle has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Mitchell against Pippen. Shot's good by Mitchell. And Seattle leads by 9. And Jerome has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pass to Prosper. Back to Jerome. Here's Spencer. A 3-pointer off the mark. Seattle leading by 9. Mitchell with the bounce pass. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Jang finds Filipowski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nails the baby hook. Filipowski's got his second basket.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Back to Pippen. Backed in off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
29 seconds left in the first quarter. Pippen against Mitchell. Thomas surveying the D. To the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Chang, no luck. Here's Spencer. Here's Pippen. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Seattle. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Early offense in this league is key. You've got to score before the defense can set up in the half court.
And so here's Memphis. 9-point game. So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Clark. Ty Jerome out there with Jackson. And it's Prosper in at the power forward.
First team foul.
Jackson with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Jerome against Mitchell. Levine up top. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Brandon Clark.
And how about the confidence on display from Levine, just daring the D to get physical with it.
And the first one drops. As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Boy, you've made a great list of guys right there, for sure.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Seattle calls timeout. In for Seattle. Well, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. Number 5 is Zach LaVine.
You know, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable and consistent shooters. It's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
Well, this is an efficient group of 2 guards. I would trust any of these guys to carry the load for me offensively.
And the Grizzlies with possession here, following the shot by Drew Holiday. Lets it go from deep. Spencer's shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Outside Thomas. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And Cam Thomas just does a great job there, absorbing the contact on his way up.
Pass to Spencer. Here's Coward. An 11-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. The 15-footer. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside Holiday. Now Portis. He's covered by Clark. Portis in the post. He's against Clark. Nice shot by Portis. And now an 11-point Seattle lead. Pass to Coward. And slam dunk by Clark.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Bounce pass, Holiday. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Now here's LaVine. Defense is right there, and the shot goes in.
What helps LaVine from mid-range? He gets such great lift off the floor.
Pass to Prosper. Inside, there's Jerome. Pops in the layup for 2.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Seattle. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Right side, Portis. That one wide left.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Spencer.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's LaVine into the lane, and then LaVine with the champ.
And there's a reason LaVine was a back-to-back champ at the slam dunk contest. He doesn't waste an opportunity to put on a show.
Pass to Spencer. Down low. Here's Clark. And no good that time. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Holiday. And yes, it's good. And Seattle leads by 11.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Drew Holiday.
Substitutions on the court.
And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
All right, that's 2 fouls. Not a big deal, but you don't want to pick up that third before the half.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Yeah, the length and height of Bogdanovich is impressive. Outstanding at slamming it down there when he got the chance.
Now here's Thomas. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Here's LaVine. Jerome with the rebound.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
And it's Coward missing.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Well, he not only forced the miss, but he also came down with the rebound.
Pass to Aldama. Seattle grabs the miss. It's deflected. Jerome with the steal. Here's Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
On the wing, Levine. Just 4 to shoot. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Now Morant. He has 6. In the center of things, Morant.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Thompson outside. Pass to Toppin. It's Thomas on the wing. Guarded by Morant. Here's Portis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, you often hear that the skill level in the league has never been higher, Greg, and some say this is the peak of the game. What do you think?
And I'll tell you this, Kevin, I'm not complaining. If the league can improve upon this, the sky is really the limit.
The first one falls. Williams, he's checked in for Seattle. Zhang comes in for Zach LaVine. G.G. Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Scottie Pippen comes in for Jerome. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here's Morant. He's got 8. Here's Aldama. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Aldama's got 6 points.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
Williams finds Zhang. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Here's Portis. Shoots over Aldama. Aldama with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Out to the wing. Tires from deep. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Timeout.
Seattle calls timeout.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
Yeah, it gives you a chance right here to reset. Get everybody back on the same page so you can execute.
Different look for Seattle. Kyle Filipowski comes in for Bobby Portis, and Davian Mitchell subbed in for Cameron Thomas. Here's Mitchell. 9 points last game. At the top of the key, Thompson. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he's still going, but Tim, Klay Thompson has always been celebrated for his run with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Kevin, 4 titles, 5 All-Star appearances, 37 points in a quarter. Klay and Steph comprising quite possibly the greatest backcourt tandem in league history.
And Chang gets it to go.
Wow, what a smart play. He recognizes the smaller defender on him and takes it right to the rim.
Morant against Thompson. And it's Morant missing. Seattle leading by 6. On the wing, Thompson. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Pass to Filipowski. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jang. Off target with the jump hook. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
I just thought they looked focused all night long. At no point did they relax or take their foot off the gas.
Now Mitchell, following the miss by John Morant from deep. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. And Morant throws it down.
This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
Now, here's Mitchell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
What a great combination. Deep range and a green light.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. 4th team foul.
It's Pippen on the wing. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Pass to Chang. Mitchell in the corner.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
The putback. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Jackson dishes to Bogdanovich. Pippen, the pass to Aldama. Some nice passing there by Memphis.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Seattle has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. In the corner, it's Chang. Offensive rebound, Thompson. Mitchell outside. Clock at 6. Williams sets a screen for Mitchell. Seattle needs to get off a shot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
First personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting for the Grizzlies. Juju Johnson. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Jackson. And Seattle making a change here. Holiday's checked in. Grizzlies making a switch here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Seattle leading by 4. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. All defensive guard Drew Holiday talked about guarding some of the younger players coming into the league, and he said the game has changed significantly. They morphed with it. They're quick, athletic, and they all play the game a lot differently than when I came into the league. Kevin, back to you.
It is a new day. Allie, we thank you very much. And so it's Memphis with it, following the miss by Robert Williams. Pass to Spencer. Here's Prosper. He's guarded by Williams. 5 on the clock. Clark sets a screen for Pippen. Lets the three fly. Prosper misses. Seattle has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Jang, the pass to Williams. Jang with the ball. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Takes an incredible amount of focus and concentration. That's making the most of a possession.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Seattle leads by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race. And we're going to take a moment to talk about something. I've been seeing Shaq's face everywhere lately. Kenny, do you think it's fair to say Shaq is the king of sponsorships?
Interesting question, Ernest. Shaq, I do see you in a lot of commercials, but I don't know if I call you the king of anything.
Ernie is right. I am indeed the king of sponsorship. Everybody wants the big diesel stamp of approval.
Shaq, you ever think of doing any pro bono work? I've got a neat spot that I think you'd be perfect for.
Where's that restaurant at?
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Grizzlies.
Playing for one another. The phrase gets overused, but tonight it's right.
Hey, we should try a harmony.
Let's do it.
Playing for one another.
The phrase is overused. Kenny, get on beat.
But tonight it's right.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.